Hi, I'm Samir Manohar at Tynan's Nissan in Aurora, Colorado. And next to me is a 2025 Nissan Rogue. I know you've heard of the Rogue before, but you haven't heard of the Rock Creek Edition. Brand new, never before seen. It came down from the idea of the Nissan Pathfinder, the bigger cousin to the Rogue. Now this one's more compact, very comfortably seats 4 adults. You can have 5 seat belts as well. And the Rock Creek Edition is designed to get you on your daily commute while also taking you off-road to those beautiful mountain trails. We've got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack on top. I like saying that, tubular. And it can hold quite a bit of weight as well. So you can really pack this up, throw your kayaks on top, take your bicycles, take the whole family out. And then when you get to the trails, what I love, think about it, you're getting there, awesome road vehicle, great gas mileage with a turbocharged engine, and then you get there and you're off-road ready, and you get a round view monitor. That's like that bird's eye view camera. All these awesome features and an amazing price point. It's the Rock Creek Edition 2025 Nissan Rogue, only at Tynan's Nissan, but let's check out how it drives.
It's obviously everything that everyone loves about the Nissan Rogue, just being in that SUV chassis with this what I call oversized suspension, which is really nice and forgiving on these bumps on the road. If you're maybe going over at higher speeds, it really absorbs the really minor differences in gradient on the highway, so really does lend to a smooth drive. We've got a nice telescoping steering wheel, goes up and down, in and out, which is great because then I can really feel like I'm getting dialed in. But not only that, and I had to try this out when I pulled this car into the showroom earlier, and I couldn't help but notice when I touched the steering wheel, it was soft. And I'm like, man, this is like just an incredible material. It's the new tailor-fit steering wheel. It's totally different. I put my hands on the other Rogues that we had in the showroom, and they're not the same comfort level. This thing I can grip for hours on end, which is great because that's what this car is designed for. It's designed to take you on those long road trips without making you feel uncomfortable. And I'm rolling on these all-terrain tires, and they're smooth. These are from the factory, and everybody knows, usually cars come with tires from the factory. They're not necessarily the best. These are awesome, which is great because now you get all that new car warranty. You get the new Nissan maintenance care included as well, so it's 3 oil changes within the first 2 years or 24,000 miles. So truly, show up the dealership, you test drive the car, obviously make sure it fits for you, it's everything you're hoping for and everything you need, and it's just, you don't have to think about it. And then everything you're doing with this car, most likely you're buying from around here, you probably work around the area, your commute to work, grocery store, taking the kids to school, things like that. This car's perfect for that. It's designed for driving on the roads, but it's got a little bit more behind the scenes, and that's the Rock Creek Edition. And that's exactly what it is. And in my head, when I'm shopping for a car like this, I'm always thinking, do I need to get more of like an off-road vehicle, because I love hiking, I love going skiing in the mountains here, but I also don't want to sacrifice my fuel economy. That's what this offers. We have over 200 horsepower in the Nissan Rogue, and we have a surprising engine configuration. It's a 1.5 liter variable compression turbo, and in the display in front of us gives us quite a bit of information. So if I scroll through, for example, we'll see the VC turbo screen here. Pretty cool, gives us a digital animation of what power setting it's at. And that actually has to do with what demand of air we're asking for from the throttle, from the pedal here. And so it changes. If we're demanding a lot of power and I'm pushing this down and we want to accelerate, you'll feel that power kick in as the engine transitions to a low compression ratio. And then the opposite happens when we're coasting on the highway to get us over 30 miles per gallon in this all-wheel drive configuration. We can also rotate this screen and we kind of get an animation of where the power is going, to the front or the rear. And that's something else that Nissan's intelligent all-wheel drive system really does well with, because you want the efficiency of a front-wheel drive system. You want less wear and tear on those components of the vehicle unless you need the all-wheel drive. And so that's what the vehicle's doing. And if you can see it, and right now I'm just gently on the throttle, most of the power is to the front. And then over to my right in this beautiful center console, this waterfall design here. And by the way, notice the contrast stitching that's throughout. That's specific to the Rock Creek Edition. And we have these are actually water repellent seats. So you get out to the mountains, you're maybe going out hiking in the creeks, maybe you get a little bit wet. It's not a worry. This car is designed to handle it. And then we come on down. We got the drive selector, and we rotate it to a different position. We have quite a few options here. And I got to tell you, I know a lot of times you see these cars and you think that's just marketing. They just put a little dial there and then no, this actually does things. So for example, I'm putting this in the one that looks like a little bit of a leaf, and that's going to be the eco mode, which means economy. And what it's going to do mainly is make the accelerator pedal less sensitive, thereby encouraging economical driving. But it also slightly reduces the maximum output of the air conditioning system. So again, it's going to also favor the front wheel drive, right? Because that's a more efficient way to drive the car. And we actually see this in front of us, and you'll get that experience when you come to Tynan's Nissan for your test drive. But let's say we switch it to the opposite. We just got up to Morrison. We're on those beautiful back roads through the mountains. Maybe we're going up deeper into the mountains to get some off-road trails. But on the way there on the pavement, we're going to switch it over to sport mode if we want to have a little bit more of an energetic drive. And this will do the opposite of eco mode. So in the sport mode now, what we're doing is making the accelerator pedal more sensitive. So I've only pressed the pedal down a little bit. I'd say maybe 10 to 15% of the travel of the pedal. And I've already accelerated it at a modest amount up to the speed limit here. We'll come to the stop here and I'll just demonstrate. And we've got 201 horsepower, 225 foot-pounds of torque in this beautiful compact SUV. And it's truly versatile. It really does a great job of finding that balance for the different activities that life brings, whether it's commuting or going somewhere else. So now I'm in sport mode, and when I accelerate, we'll actually see the power shifts to the back wheels as it needs more of that grip in the back. Now we'll transition to automatic, which says auto. It's right in the center. That's what the car is defaulted to when you turn it on. And it does exactly what you think. It's got to use all the suite of sensors around the car to figure out the best way to send power to the front wheels, the back wheels, the sensitivity of the accelerator pedal, and vice versa. There's so many other features that are involved as well. Now we switch it over to snow mode. This is great. You get that standard on all Nissan Rogues. Now we're going to switch it over to the off-road mode. And when I switch it over to the off-road mode, it actually does a really cool thing. If we're going at a slow speed, which we pulled over into this parking lot, and we just switch it over here, this camera will automatically come on. This is absolutely incredible. This is giving you all the information right in front of you so that you can easily navigate where you're going. So, for example, I'm approaching this curb. I'm not worried about this curb at all. I can see exactly where it is. I've got a front camera in front of me in the front bumper. A lot of cars don't have that, and if you're going to be doing some off-roading, this is very important. Although we have an excellent ground clearance for this compact SUV, it's also nice to know, hey, there's a big rock in front of us, maybe we should steer this way a little bit. And yet you can actually see the sides of the wheels in the camera. I'll touch this button, we'll cycle through, we get the full screen up front, so you can really make it fit the needs of your driving style and driving situation. We also have many creature comforts in this car. We do have Nissan's ProPilot Assist system. There's basically 3 levels to cruise control. There's just a regular cruise control that we're all familiar with. Then there's intelligent cruise control that's using one of the 3 main sensor types that comes standard with Nissan, and it's Safety Shield 360. And that's doing the adaptive cruise control using the radar sensor in the front bumper. And then the 3rd level is using this camera system here. That's the 2nd of the 3 sensor types. And that is actually going to be looking out at the lanes of the road. It's using OCR, optical character recognition, for the speed limit signs. And it's also looking at the lanes of the road so that we can maintain a safe following distance of that vehicle, and you can choose that distance here. It'll also do that steering for you. So really you're just taking that fatigue off of that long drive so that, let's say you're driving a couple hours to get to the mountains, you're not fatigued from driving 2 hours, right? You're just sitting behind the steering wheel here. You're just monitoring the drive. It's truly an incredible system to have. Behind the steering wheel, we do have some paddle shifters. And if I were to rotate some different things here, you can also see that it'll show up on the screen in front of you. So you don't have to lean over and be like, oh, am I in the auto position for the headlights? It's right in front of you, so you can keep your eyes on the road and focus on driving. Again, Nissan really does a good job thinking of what the driver needs. What does the person that's buying this vehicle in Colorado, what do they want out of the vehicle? Well, Nissan listened, and it's here, the 2025 Nissan Rogue Rock Creek. We'll also have some other creature comforts that are here. For example, heated seats in the front. And we also get this dual climate here, and Rock Creek Premium Package, which is available, will also give us a wireless phone charger. We'll get a motion, powered lift gate as well, along with several other additions if you want some more features. For example, some accent lighting in the inside of the vehicle. But personally, this fits the bill for me for what I'm looking for. And I think it packs a punch when it comes to versatility, off-roading, it comes to fuel economy, looks, styling, and from a company that you know will have your back, in addition to Tynan's Nissan with our lifetime warranty. Again, only at Tynan's Nissan.